This episode is brought to you by our Patron supporters. Today's patron of the day is Tonya. Patrons get the show always ad-free and access to the extended episode with bonus content. If you don't want to miss all of that, go to patreon.com/calltheline. That's patreon.com/calltheline. I got distracted for a moment because I was thinking, is it Tanya or is it Tonya? I think Tanya.
I'm going to guess Tanya.
Tanya.
Well, and, my main reason for thinking that is not a single person in the entire world is Tonya.
I have a cousin. I have a cousin in Canada, spelled the same. I swear, spelled the same.
Know her. She goes to a different school in Canada.
She does.
And her name's Tonya.
And she does Tonya.
Today's secret, the secret was the patron whose comment started closest to the letter Z, to a letter with that was the secret criteria. So if you want a chance at being patron of the day, go leave a comment on today's episode of patreon.com/calltheline. That's the way you do it. Tonya's all around. Welcome, everybody. It is March 18th, a Wednesday, a day late and a dollar short. We were going to try and same-day release. Realistically, we're still recording Tuesday evening, but our producer is actually not going to even be back and available until late this evening. So we're just going to release it. It's going to be a Wednesday, a Tuesday evening record, a Wednesday release. That's just the way it has to be sometimes. Yeah. I'm very unkindly wearing merch you can't even buy now. Do you like it?
I do. It's very nice.
Fuck your birthday.
Do people ever ask you in public what your merch is?
No. I mean, not lately. People would pretty much leave me alone now. I used to get bugged in public all the time, and I think I've now declared enough how much I don't like that even when people do see me, they're probably like, I'm gonna let him alone.
I mean, just even at the grocery store, the person checking you out, are they ever like, what is that?
Oh, so my never had a bad day shirt. I get a lot of I love that shirt. And I'm like, yeah. But do you though? You're in Texas. There's a chance you hate it. There's a chance you hate it. You don't know.
Yeah.
I like that one. I mean, yes, it was quote unquote Forrest's. He won and that's why it was there. But, I did literally make it. It was twas my art, my design. I did it. So chew on that, Forrest simps. Trying to see the forest through the trees. Trying to see the trees through the forest. Anyway, it was Agatha all along, but it was Jimmy. Everything good Forrest does, just remember I actually did it. Including reactionary. Let's start that rumor. That thing that's his main thing. That's actually me too. I don't.
Wow. And I've always said that.
You know what's too bad is that you're not available at 6:00 today because you're going to be doing the show. And at 6:00, I'm having a few people on a Zoom to show them this new debate thing that I have in mind that I think is going to be massive for us. I spent pretty much all weekend coding a web app to use for a special, it's going to be our debate gimmick, a debate gimmick kind of like Jubilee has gimmicks, but we're not going to put actual Nazis on. So we are better than Jubilee.
Okay.
Probably anyway. Here's my problem with Jubilee. Jubilee puts Nazis on before the prominence. And this is legitimate. In fact, I would love to hear people's opinions on this. Y'all in the comments, this is a real conversation. I'm all about the don't platform, right? But to me, it's don't platform the platformless. When they have a platform, then there's a totally different calculus. Now, you still have to be careful. I am probably the reason, and not to give myself too much blow smoke in my own ass, because I regret this and lament this. I am probably why Paul and Morgan and Girl Defined got another wave of success. Because their channels were pretty much dying by the time I got to them. And then there was that's where I shot up to
you revived them.
Subscribers. Yeah. And the content. So even just it's every person you send there to hate watch them tells the algorithm to go find somebody else who will watch too. And so you have to be careful with that. But once a person reaches prominence, my problem with Jubilee is a lot of times Jubilee will have a fucking actual Nazi. I remember the guy, hey, I don't mind being called a fascist. I don't mind being called a Nazi. If that's what it is.
That was so crazy.
So it's Mehdi Hassan, huge. Jubilee, big platform, little Nazi guy. And then he ends up on, the Nazi GoFundMe, raising money off of it. Lying. It's funny because he was very careful with his wording, essentially. He had already lost his job and stuff for being a Nazi. And so after that, the way he worded it, he tried to do this like GoFundMe, whatever that the Nazi GoFundMe is.
Yeah.
I remember that. Oh, I should probably turn my other lights on. I had them off so they weren't. Oh, that one I just turned off. So they weren't wrecking my eyeballs. So I get the light headaches. What a difference it makes. I don't know if I like the middle one on. Come on, middle one. Turn back on.
Wait, so okay. that guy had already gotten fired?
Yeah, and then use very clever wording to be like it's the picture of him on the Jubilee thing, like as the cover and stuff. And so it's meant to make you think because he did that show, he got fired. Hey, Nazis, come and support. But it had already happened for being a Nazi, mind you. But, in a Trump world, who cares about manipulating Nazis, even if you are a Nazi? That's kind of their whole thing. So the platforming thing is complicated because I would also argue that there are times that platforming, engaging with and stuff is the pivotal turning point, like with Jordan Peterson. And nobody can accuse me of me being trying to blow smoke up Matt's ass because legitimately Matt and I, when we do shows together, there is no longer the illusion that either of us are particularly, trying hard to impress the other. It's we've been friends too long to give a fuck about what each other's opinions of each other are. That's our relationship now. And so this is what I say this, I'm saying it as an objective fact. Like if I thought Matt lost, I probably just wouldn't bring up the point. Matt's debate with Jordan Peterson was arguably like a huge turning point. Like on a scale that's kind of hard to measure, because while it's not like the most important debate that's ever happened or the biggest debate that's ever happened, it was still big. And specifically what it did was it went, hey, here's how Jordan Peterson debates everything else that a ton of atheists were agreeing with him on, the misogyny things and the transphobia things. They were like, the way he argues. And then it was literally like, hey, atheists, now listen to how he doesn't change the way he argues. And suddenly it's connecting how fallacious he's being when he's using the exact same tactics for debate to argue that, like, he was arguing that basically atheists don't exist because they behave like they believe in God. They behave like that. And now I'm sure he's still having, I kind of imagine that he's in that hospital room right now, just having debates with nobody. Where he's looking over at the bird and he was like, when you present your leaves that way, you're asking to be sexually assaulted.
He literally is Kermit the Frog.
Bruh.
He literally is Kermit the Frog.
Baritone.
What?
Kermit's voice is in a lower register.
Kermit is in a lower?
Yeah. Kermit's kind of the frog here.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on? Where's Jordan's up here? And he says, because God's gonna get you. God's gonna get you with the Kodak disc. Anyway.
So crazy.
The platforming thing is complicated.
Yeah.
Now, that said, if your debates are gimmicky and too playful, I would suggest that where it's more of a gimmicky game thing, also probably not the time. But the thing that I'm describing is gimmicky, can be playful, but I also think will actually, to be honest, it's such a good idea, Alyssa. And I hate most things I do. So I feel like it needs to be sticking out. I'm not the person who goes out like, yeah, I just created the greatest thing ever and I'm for the fucking shit. Right. I, in this time, am the fucking shit and created the greatest idea ever. The idea is so good that I 1000% assume as soon as we start doing it, it will be stolen.
Yeah.
I think it is going to get I think it's literally going to be, if not people reaching out, some of them I think will reach out and be like, can we just do that? And then I'm probably going to be like, no. No, I mean, I don't know if there's any way to stop anybody from, because it's putting together ideas in a way that hasn't been done before.
Interesting.
It'll basically be when we do it. This is why I've thought about just telling people in the bonus show on Patreon, probably not today, but soon, so that I can have a dated video somewhere that it's clear like we came up with it first. That's how much I think it's going to be stolen. That there may be a day where we have to prove we're the originators.
I want to know what this is, and I'm so annoyed that you're going to share it at the one time I'm not available. Like truly the one time. Yeah, I would like you to show me tomorrow.
Yeah, I show you whatever you want tomorrow. It came out not how I wanted that to come out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and for the right amount of money, patrons, I'll show you whatever you want tomorrow. Patrons of a different one.
My God.
And anyway, yeah, I'm interested on people's ideas on like platforming and stuff. We do have a lot of news to talk about today. Arguably, it turned out good that we didn't get to record this Monday. But also some announcements to kind of talk about as far as the future of the podcast goes. I don't know what episode we're on right now. Let me take a look. But we're closing in on episode 100, and y'all have heard me joke about it before. Boy, we really got to start marketing this thing. Okay, so today's episode 91. Yeah. Between now and episode 100, we are going to be making some pretty big changes. So that by episode 100, and I actually mean by because it might actually be by episode like 96, before episode 100 even. By episode 100, you're probably looking at a live recording of the podcast that you can watch live on Mondays and Thursdays, starting out at 4:00 Central on Mondays and 8:00 Central on Thursdays. That is likely what we are going toward. And then eventually, actually, that Monday show will get pulled back to 2:00. But we're going to do some finagling so that we can use some audience transfer systems to basically do call-in shows on our other channels before the podcast, then transfer that audience to the live one and basically build up a more better thing. We're going to get more better. Yeah. Oh, I'm feeling more better right now. Are you feeling more better? Anyway.
I don't know. Oh, I was going to say also when you're talking about platforming people, I feel similarly to you where like sometimes people give not you, the royal you, shit about having people on who already have massive platforms. It's like, right, but I want to make a fool out of them. Like I want to give them a platform that they don't have control over. And put them in that place instead. Like when Jubilee does those things and they're platforming people who already have massive platforms and they're putting them up against a person who actually is like reasonable and has a brain. I want that for them because I want them to look like fucking idiots and be shamed for their opinions.
Kind of the opposite right now. For the most part, the main person is somebody with a big platform. And then it's a bunch of people with little platforms. And in that scenario, the smaller platform people do benefit even if the bigger creator wins. So I'm sitting here going like, honestly, if anything, I probably would be inclined to bring on people who have bigger platforms. Because again, even if you lost, you benefit. But I think we would also win against the people with bigger platforms because look at how that has gone. When you have somebody, even on shows that are so one-sided, like the Whatever podcast. Yeah, it's kind of like a lot of people don't watch. The people who watch Whatever are the people who watch Whatever, and that's the only people. They're a bunch of incels who are angry, and they're like, they found a bunch of they use the Fox News model of finding the people who are bad at representing the opposition, bad at representing even their own interests. Those are the people they have. Those are the people that got on because very few people are willing to engage it without a clear benefit to them who actually would be good to have on. That's the model they use. But then, like the Whatever podcast, the times that people have seen the most of an episode are those people who are the small creators who it's like, oh, baby girl, you had no idea who you were talking about. And I would not grab that pickle jar again. You look like a fucking idiot right now. You look like a moron. I mean, the same dude getting schooled. I don't even want to keep saying his name on this thing. Getting schooled on American history recently by a girl who was too hot to be smarter than him. And so those are the episodes legitimately that like built any prominence they have. They have their core audience, but then more exposure to why people even know that exists. The reason why I know it exists has nothing to do with like, oh, wow, they were so good at talking to just regular run of the mill girls and showing them that they're dumb for wanting independence.
Right.
I know about it from the clips of them getting absolutely trampled by somebody whose tits they underestimated.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what they went in.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna
That's
get
exactly what it is.
Yeah. And so I'm inclined to be like, well, the beneficiary is usually the smaller creator, even if they lose. And if so I don't know. Anyway, I'm kind of at a position of like, one thing we need a platform is good ways to engage and argue with people at basically all levels, the level of the dumb shit your family members are going to say, as well as taking down a notch the people who are, but also you have to create a format that shows equitability to them. Like, okay, I'm coming on, they won't have a mute button and we're going to have very clear rules of like, we're pretty much going to let you say anything that doesn't violate terms of service. So if you want to start screeching slurs, it's over, right? Like that's not going to happen. If anything that like, if YouTube reviews it and you're like advocating for genocide, in ways that are not currently accepted in the Overton window, because you actually can get away with advocating for a lot of genocides. But if you're straight up saying like take the Muslims to the concentration camps, that's a TOS violation problem, right? And so that's going to be like, and you will the times and everything will be balanced. You will get it will be a balanced approach. So we're talking about that, and also I've been talking about Dual Logs launching. We're finally doing the first episode of Dual Logs probably at the end of this month. That's going to be exciting.
What's Dual Logs?
It's kind of like town hall style debate. So Javon and I are going up against these two. One's a creator and then one's like a kind of creator, goes on a lot of other creator shows, but doesn't have much of a platform himself, because I think this creator that we're going with, the main guy who's the creator, I don't think enough people on his side actually like him and think he would be any good at it. So I don't think he was able to find somebody willing to go up against us. I think it takes the level of ignorance that this guy has about his own position and his own place within it. I have to tell, I'll tell you more about it. Maybe the bonus show will be me reading. No, I don't do that. I was gonna say reading the DMs between him and I and this guy who was like trying to condescend to me, because he gets millions of views a month on the like live shorts feed. And we did the math and I was like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you get 7 times my views. What's your watch time like? And this was the moment that like took him down a peg, because he streams for hours a day, almost every day. Just to the shorts feed. If I did that too, I would blow him out of the water if views was all I cared about. But then like, so he's like bragging, he's like, look, my channel says 7 million views a month. And I'm like, yeah, but you haven't broken 1,000 on a regular clip in months, 1,000 views on a regular clip. And so he's like bragging, he's like, send me a screenshot of your watch time. Because he'd also said he has more watch time than me. He sends a screenshot. I'm not even joking. It was 45,000 hours. And I sent him mine and I was like, yeah, I guess, I mean, to be fair, I do a little bit more. And it was 350,000 hours on my channel, the one where we only go 3 times a day. And it was 1 million hours on the line.
A million fucking hours?
Of watch time a month. And so I was like, yeah. So I'm doing a little bit more than that. In other words, on just my channel, Jimmy Snow in the Line, we have 1/7 the number of views a month, because we only do about 1 million views a month. We have 1/7 the number of views. You get 7 million views a month, but we have 7 times the watch time. And I did the math. His average viewership is 23 seconds. The average person, if you balance
that's just all scrolling
23 seconds, right 23 seconds with a few people who watch the whole thing to bring it up, because realistically it's gonna be I would love to see what his mean watch time is, but the median watch time is, but that's not available. Median watch time, do you remember what that is inside, like in from the math days?
Yeah, it's like the middle, right?
Yeah but the middle, it's not necessarily like, so you might think like some people watch one for 1 second and some people watch 100. So the median would be 50. A lot of people internalize it. It's not that. So it's more like one person watches for 1 second, another person. So let's say the first 50 people actually only watch for 1 second. And then the remainder, and then it's like after the 50th person, it's like 5 seconds, 7 seconds. And then up to once you get to the 100th person, it's like 40 seconds. Well, in that scenario where you've listed each individual 100 people, how much time there is, it's the middle of that listing. So if the first 50 people only watch for 1 second, 1 second is your median time. I'd love to know what his median. I guarantee you, it's like it's gonna be like 9 seconds, but we don't have access to that. Anyway, or less even. Ours was 27 minutes. Our average viewer watches for 27 minutes. Was it 27 or 17? Hang on, I gotta double check it. It was either 27 or 17. It might actually be 17. Or it might even be 23. Anyway, what I know is it's roughly, in fact, I could do this calculation so fast. When I did the math, our watch time is 51 times better than his. And he kept, even after that, like, yeah, but you have less reach. Yeah, less reach to people who aren't watching. You have more reach to people who then don't watch. Like, you don't have actual reach if they don't watch. Because your reach would suggest
who's this person?
And then you have them. I'll tell you about it later.
Yeah, tell me.
I no longer want to advertise him until he actually comes on, because I keep getting these little vibes that maybe he's not going to.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Crazy.
So what it comes down to, I don't remember. We're gonna end up platforming. So dual logs is gonna be this format where callers call in and they say like team A or team B will probably have team names, or they can just even say specific individual on that team. Here's my question. It's very town hall style. My question is for Javon. Javon, you think that blah, 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 blah. Why? Javon gets 2 minutes to respond. Then the other team gets 2 minutes to rebut his response. And then we probably do 1 minute or 90 seconds back to Javon, 1 minute or 90 seconds back to the other team. Literally like town hall style, presidential debate style thing.
Right.
In this case with teams, usually dual logs will be just 2 people. But I wanted Javon in on this one for reasons. I like Javon. I'm fond.
For reasons. I like Javon.
Y'all see what my idea was when it happens. All right, we gotta take a break. What were we gonna say? You can have the music.
God, I forgot. Shit. I was gonna say something about the debating. Oh, okay. Actually, this is silly, and this is a good thing for the music fade out. I went to a party last night, and the CEO of my management company was there, so I went to go say hi to him. I've known him for like many years now. And I said hi to him, and he went, "I'm your biggest fan right now." And I was like, "Why?" And he's like, I love what you're doing." And what he was talking about was the line stuff. He's like, I think you're good, but I think you could be so good. I think you could like really make this work for you. And I was like, who would have guessed?
He's going to try and figure out how to cut me out. This is what I'm hearing. He's like, I'm going to try and launch this. I'm going to cut him out. And guess what happens? Guess what happens when people cut me out? It don't work out, guys. It don't work out. It turns out that what I do, no. People underestimate what I do. Legitimately, they do. I'm not, when that guy tries to cut me out, let him. It'll be sad though, because you'll have left.
He doesn't have the drive, honestly, to do that. You're safe.
He only brought up the line. I'm not worried about him hearing the podcast. All right, we'll be right back. You should go to patreon.com/calltheline, because if you were there, you wouldn't hear this ad. And you know what the funny thing about that is, Alyssa? If they don't hear the ad, we can put things in here. So, for example, remember the patron of the day over on Patreon is by a secret criteria. Someone who leaves a comment on the episode on Patreon, they become patron of the day. So we can come up with that right now in the ad. And unless they're a super fan who listens to it with the ads and without, they won't be able to game the system. What should we make this week's patron of the day? What should the secret criteria be? Somebody who leaves a comment with the first person to leave a comment. No, the third person to leave a comment with an even number of words.
We have to go through and count everyone's words?
Well, only the first, until we hit 3. The third person is even. Like, so you go with the first person.
Okay, I like this. I like this.
Yeah. And they won't know, because over at patreon.com/calltheline, there ain't no ads. There's no ads. Now you can
no
watch
ads
right now and go, wait, can I game the system? I'm not a patron, but I could be. And all you have to do is go to patreon.com/call the line and sign up for $5 or more. Because you can't do the Discord only tier. And then
That's
you
a
could
coffee.
comment on it, and you could try and be the third. Now, here's the thing, guys. We are limiting repeat submissions. Each person's only allowed to try one time. One time and one time only. So we're gaming this up. And just so you know, we give the patrons the show a little bit early too. So even the knowledge won't exist out there in the ether until then. Go to Patreon.
We also do really fun bonus shows.
Online. They're the best. I don't know what today's going to be. What if today sucks now and we just said that? You know?
Well, judge on the average. On average, our shows are awesome. And our bonus shows are even better.
A lot of people prefer average. So patreon.com/call the line. Patreon.com/call the line. I do my best thinking on my feet. That's the true thing about me.
You do your best to do what? Your sound is kind of...
my best thinking on my feet.
Mm-hmm.
Pushed up against a wall, pushed up against a deadline, in the moment, quick, whatever. Most of the best things I've come up with for like the fundraisers we do, like for RFR and shit, they've been things I've thought of like in the days leading up. Golden Mike, I thought of the day of. It's a thing that so we do this thing, Forrest, Donald and I. Wow. Sorry, Matt. Forrest, Matt, and I do this thing called Golden Mic where we take calls, but there's a golden microphone. And based on the super chats, we have different ways it can be, but the golden microphone moves. So we could be in midpoint in the call with somebody and either a threshold is made or the right bid has been made and the microphone moves to the next person.
Okay.
And so that person gets cut off. So it's basically 3 people only allowed to talk one at a time, trying to have a debate with somebody and getting annoyed at not being able to. And so what can be fun is like somebody will call in with an evolution question, which of course only Forrest wants, but they get me, and then someone will pay to move it back to Forrest, and Forrest will be like, oh, thank God. Okay, here's the thing that you have to, and somebody else is like, nope, move it back. That's what happens.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Yeah. That's usually what we do the day before the big event. And that's why we've started so many events with like $15,000 to $25,000 already donated.
How do you come up with these ideas? Because I feel like I am one of the least creative people of all time. And when people come up with ideas like this, I'm like, at what point did your brain create that? Because mine's not.
Usually in the shower. I don't know. I don't even know. Like usually I'll be stressing in the days leading up and I'll be like, oh God, what if this is the one that fails and we don't even raise half of the amount? And then I'll be like, all right, what if we did? And I don't know, just combining so creativity is is just combining skills in a unique way. It's nothing about its original foundationally, but it's kind of like, here's the thing I can do, here's the thing I can do, and here's how I combined them that other people don't usually combine, right? So even like woodworking, it's like, hey, a lot of people make these types of boxes. Usually they use this kind of joint. I think a dovetail joint would look cooler. It would make mine stick out. I'm going to use a different joint style, but still fundamentally blah, 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 blah. I'm making your eyes glaze over. So that's what I feel like a lot of times, like when you hear this debate thing, you're going to find out like it's based on something. There's a thing that exists outside of the world of debate that nobody, for some reason, literally, the idea is very good. It's also only a matter of time before somebody else has it. Like, I'm not kidding, for sure. It's a matter of time before somebody else has it.
Well, debate style content, I think, has also it's really having its moment, which is great because I think it's having a moment on like social media platforms, which is really nice. And honestly, like sort of.
I don't know if it is. I don't know that debate style content isn't why we got here, but you have to be a counter force to the terrible. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like debate style content is why the world is terrible, because debates aren't won based on who has the most facts. It's presentation.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And so you have to have people who have the better presentation and the best facts out there. So that's what I think I consider the line a counter force to a otherwise terrible. It's like a self-defense force. It's literally like, guys, we are getting bombarded. And so I hate violence, but I'm using violence to end violence. I legitimately hate online debate, and I'm using online debate to try and end online debate. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I get that.
Or at least counter it. I'm going to send you a hint, and I don't know if you'll recognize this, but I'm going to send you a picture because this is very much a picture of what I'm combining with debate. You can't show it because other people could guess. I just wonder if when you look at it, you will know what it is and whether or not it gives you a hint of the direction it's going. And then we're going to get into the news.
Okay.
Do you have the photo?
No, not yet.
The right person,
Via
right?
text or Discord?
Yeah. I'm sending it over iMessage.
Okay.
iMessage. God, the way I feel like somebody's going to steal my phone one day just because they want access to some of the contacts I have. You know what I mean? And it used to be like other people I had just kind of met in passing as a YouTuber. Now I think just people would love to like Forrest, Justin, Promise. They'd literally be like, bro, I want to text them. And I think their first test would be to see if they just sent a request for nudes to see if any of those people would be down. And only Forrest would. Guys, you're wasting your time. The only person who would reply to that request with a nude would be Forrest.
I think there are some people in my phone that other people would steal my phone for, but
for sure, I'd steal your phone for some of them.
That's fine.
You know,
I got the picture.
Do you recognize?
I feel
what this is?
Yes. I think you told me about this.
Yeah, I might have when it was in its early stages.
Yeah, like in its infancy.
But I literally vibe coded because I don't actually know how to code. Look, guys, I hate AI as much as you. Actually, probably more because I actually don't think most people grasp, considering how many people want to argue with me about how much AI is going to destroy the economy, take everyone's jobs and shit. I actually think I hate it more because I actually know. But in the same way that you have to fight violence with whatever, I also have to rely on, we now live in a world to be competitive. Anyway, vibe coding is awesome. And it truly is. It's the kind of thing that I wish LLMs didn't have to exist for, because vibe coding to exist, because vibe coding is basically what Tony Stark did in the Iron Man movies, where he'd like tell Jarvis how to change his program or his code, and Jarvis would do the actual coding. Do you remember that kind of stuff? It's like somebody comes in and they don't actually do the hacking. They tell the machine how to hack.
Right.
And so that's what I did. I spent the weekend like building an app where it's like you just keep testing each iteration and going, ooh, this function doesn't work. Hey, Claude is the Claude code is the one I was using. I like right now, as far as AI companies go, I like the most. That is to say, I hate the least, because Claude code got the White House broke up with them because they wouldn't capitulate. So
I heard.
Claude's kind of in my good books right now. Anyway,
I
spent the weekend building the app that would make this thing work. And it's awesome.
I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see how you're doing it as an app, because that like iteration of this, I feel like I'm like not connecting the dots with, but
the app is important for the people participating. Because if you see the thing I just sent you, in theory, you could only use that in person.
Right. Duh.
In a debate.
I'm sure the people listening to this are loving this very vague conversation.
No, I think people do like to have an opportunity to guess based on what we're saying.
Yeah.
So what I'm describing is that I've created an app that is actually built with the functionality of the thing that I've sent you.
Yes.
Into the debate. In other words, the people debating would have access to this app and it would use it to sort of participate in the quote unquote gimmick of the debate.
Yeah. Okay.
So good. All right. Should we talk about some shitty news?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yo, Iran. Okay, here's the deal, people. Like, Donald Trump this week is in Copesville, Copesiana, because he's trying to act like simultaneously everybody thinks it's a good idea, even as everybody says it's a bad idea.
Right.
So, as far as this thing goes, the big news today, this will be yesterday by the time you listen to it, is that the top counter-terrorism official, and we do have to be a little bit, we need to contextualize this for some people, because there are some, like, if we get a little too excited, we might find out, we might have a little egg on our face. But the counter-terrorism official the top counterterrorism official, the guy who would know, has resigned. His name is Joe Kent. He is a MAGA guy. He, in fact, supported Trump's primaries against candidates who didn't support January 6th. He is a white supremacist coded guy. He quit basically saying there was no imminent threat from Iran and that he can't participate in the counterterrorism in his position at the top of this essentially intelligence agency. His words were, Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, and it is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. Okay. That's already an obvious. If your MAGA guy, that's pretty much as far as you should take it. Trump's own people are disagreeing with him. And when it gets to the Israel thing, the words aren't wrong. But fucking Christ, you guys got to be careful with this shit.
Yeah.
Because it is. We went to war with Iran for two reasons. One, incredible lobbying from Israel. That is actually true. And two, y'all talking about the Epstein files way less. That's why. I mean, the reason we're at war with Iran right now is because Donald Trump raped kids. Just to be clear.
So crazy.
That's
and potentially, allegedly, might have murdered. But we don't know.
Yeah. Those accounts, there's less reason to be like, there's going to be ones where you're like, okay. But
I know, yeah.
Some of the things emerging now and what appears to be obvious that the Justice Department is purposefully concealing and holding back. I mean, you now have people in Congress just directly saying he rapes kids. He raped kids.
Yeah.
That's what's going on right now. Now, listen, guys, here's the deal. Why I say you should be careful. We have people who call into the show with Javon and I all the time, and they'll be like, yeah, you know, one thing we have in common, we both hate Israel. And it's like, okay, but now we have to stop and go, why? Are you anti-Israel because you're anti-Zionism? Or are you anti-Israel because you are anti-Semitic?
Right.
Joe Kent is probably more on the anti-Semitic side. It's more of a Jews are running the world conspiracy than it is a Zionism, Israel, and the fact that we have Zionists at home, non-Jewish Zionists at home that are a problem.
Right,
Ted Cruz
right.
saying this week, I have to fact check that he actually said this, but I saw multiple outlets reporting it. I just haven't heard it out of in my ears myself. But my understanding is he said this week that he joined Congress to support Israel, which is a crazy thing to say. I thought people get into Congress to support America. I thought America is what you go to Congress for.
I think Ted Cruz said something along those lines when he was being interviewed by Tucker Carlson.
I think it was after Tucker. I don't think he said it on air with Tucker because Tucker would have eviscerated him.
He did. He said, if that's the truth, then this is breaking news. But it's also, it wasn't exactly that phrasing.
I don't remember. I remember a lot of stuff happening with the Tucker interview where it was literally like, you want to overthrow Iran. You don't know the population of Iran. You hear all the stuff you don't know about it. Like he was sitting there, but yeah, I believe it was in the days after he said something similar to it. But again, it's not hard to believe because it's whether he said it or not, it's obviously true. But whether he was willing to say it is what's kind of funny and kind of crazy. Not funny in a haha way. And it's all fucking going down. Anyway, the Strait of Hormuz, obviously having all these issues shut down. This is what all the oil, and this is why your gas prices are right now skyrocketing. They are shooting up like crazy. Yeah. Now, I remember a time. Do you remember when the reason we got a vote for Donald Trump is two things?
No war president.
Gas prices and no new wars. Yeah. Y'all like how he's managed to do both at the same time? Fucked up both at the same time?
Kind of like in one fell swoop, did both.
Right. He, in going into one of the wars he was promising not to go into.
Yep.
And then to have people, and I'm sure it's going to happen today because it keeps happening, call in and be like, yeah, but the war with Iran was righteous because the people were suffering. So we need a regime change. Well, the regime hasn't changed. The 86-year-old dying man died and the next in line took over his son.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then on top of that, I was thinking about this today at the doctor's office. I was like, y'all are saying that like we did it as a humanitarian relief thing. Y'all shut down USAID. More people are suffering and literally dying because you, Donald, and Elon shut down USAID. As far as like taking care of the suffering people. And by the way, USAID, we know from the past, has long-term huge economic gains. Countries that we support through USAID in the decades to come, as has happened now, end up being incredible trade partners with us. It ends up being a huge negotiation. And so we have partners right now who our efforts through USAID in the decades in the past basically became trade partners, stronger countries and stronger trade partners. Literally, like, it has only been to our benefit. People, whenever they do these analysis, the only thing I care about is like that you put in $1, you get back X dollars in value. And USAID is another one of those huge ones where it's like for every dollar you spend, you get back 20. It's something crazy like that. You guys closed the thing that was ending people's suffering. So don't pretend you care about suffering. But
it's the same. It's the same. It's the same conversation that we have about healthcare. It's the same conversation we have about specifically, you know, universal healthcare, but also having abortion access for women. You don't care about the health of the children. You don't care about the health of the mothers. And we can see that in other places where you don't give a fuck. And now you're talking about saving the lives of US citizens because of this like potential foreign threat, but then you start a war and you're going to send them all over there to die? What are we talking about?
Like, we had this guy call in who was a vet, and he was like throwing all this, and the people over there, they want us to blah, blah, blah. And I'm literally like, my guy, so you're saying we had to go because the people were suffering. You're a veteran. Alyssa, if you had to guess, based on census data, what number of people, there's roughly 330 million Americans, what number of specifically veterans do you think live under the poverty line, the federal poverty line?
I'm going to go with a very unfortunate 40%.
No, not percentage. Give a number. I don't know. It's definitely not 40%. Yeah. Just what number of people? And they're all veterans. So 330 million Americans, but not near that are veterans, of just veterans.
Live below the poverty line. Is it like 1.5 million?
Literally, you got it. It's
Shut
1.2
up. Really?
to 1.5 million veterans.
Wow, I should play the lottery today.
They'll be talking about the suffering people and how we need to send our military there to relieve their suffering so the military can come back and begin suffering. So we don't fucking support our veterans and shit. And yet they pretend that they are the like, and on top of that, you have an additional similar number, like million, who are close to the poverty line. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
As usual, treating us like we're fucking stupid, and half the country, frankly, is.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm very anti-military. People know this. The way the American military runs, especially, the American military is a cult. Okay, I'm not a military simp, not a military guy. I feel pretty bad, and I can't help being the kind of person who almost fell for it myself and was only saved by medical issues. I was medically barred from entering the military. Essentially, so I never got all the way to them denying. It was literally, I went to the doctor and the doctor was like, don't even bother. There is zero chance you get in. You can't.
Wow.
Yeah. Medically, he was just like, you won't get in. You can't get in. They wouldn't take you. You would be a liability. You would cost too much to support, all that kind of shit. But my intention was to join the Air Force. It's what my dad was in. We were living in an Air Force town at the time. So I thought I could be back near home and family after basic, all that kind of stuff. So having almost fallen for it, I feel a lot for the people who as young people fall for it, who believe that military service and patriotism are equal, when you don't think about like, what does your military service represent? Who are you protecting? It's not Americans, it's billionaire interests. Right. And so it's sucky. I mean, look at the war.
But it's also what also makes me so always so upset about this whole the way that they advertise is they'll go into like poor neighborhoods and talk about the benefits of enlisting. And we're in, part of it is education or healthcare or whatever, things that other countries are able to either subsidize or give as part of like the, government services. And they will offer that to you if you risk your fucking life.
Yeah.
And they'll do that in places where the options for these young men are not great. I mean, young people now, I'm sure that they're also doing this for women as well.
Yep. It's
just so predatory. Like my brother-in-law is a veteran. And when I have talked to him about this, about specifically how they advertise, he's gotten like emotional about it because he's like, you're absolutely right. They came into the area where he's from in Delaware, knowing full well that a lot of these boys had parents who had also served and that they would want the financial support, that they would want the long-term benefits.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just so predatory.
It's fucking bleak, and it runs as a cult. When we come back, the little music there, because we both have things we got to get to today here.
Yeah.
So we're trying to push along to make sure that we have time for everything we need to do. And I don't know if we'll try and do another show. I don't know if we'll have time, but some more developments and the people turning their back on Iran, as well as just some weird news.
Yeah.
Florida had a bill about marrying their first cousins. Guys, we're going to be talking about that and what happened to that bill when we get back. We'll be right back. Go to lionmerch.com, please.
Yeah, go. You can get some really fun merch. You can get it for yourself. You can get it for your friends. You can get it for your partner. You can get it for your mom.
Who else could you get it for?
You can get it for your dentist. You can get it for your doctor. You can get it for your vet. You can get it for really any service worker that's around you. If you go to a coffee shop regularly and you like the person who works there, instead of being like, hey, thanks for the coffee, I like your tattoos, be like, hey, thanks for the coffee, I got you this merch for this show that I really love.
Yeah. You know what my favorite t-shirt is, legitimately?
What?
My Black Dude Gum t-shirt. I actually love that.
Yeah, with the pink.
Big pink. It looks so good. It looks
it's
good on me.
So cute.
Good shirt. And the material. Wow.
The Don't Apologize to Him sweatshirt will always be like literally my favorite merch I've ever been a part of ever. Yeah. It's so good.
What is I have to get more of this because the hoodie I'm wearing right now is Lion merch, but you can't get it anymore because there are limited time things that happen. What is this like color faded style called? Because we kind of use the same style.
Yeah. Is it like a stone wash or something?
I don't know, but I like it. I definitely
like
want
it
to do more merch on this specific. I feel like this color begets me. That's not what that word is. Do you feel this color begets me? Does it give birth to me? Do you feel this would be a color for me?
I think that it makes your eyes pop.
The way you said that made it sound like you don't otherwise think.
Well, because I'm not really sure how begets is working. I'm not sure what you're asking me.
Is it good? Is it good color on me?
It is. It makes your eyes pop.
Thanks. I like this shirt. I like the color. Go to lionmerch.com. We really, really appreciate it. Hey, I have a second cousin once removed. Could I get them some merch at lionmerch.com?
Absolutely, you should. That's how you'll foster a closer relationship with them, obviously.
The next patron of the day will be the person who buys a bit of Lion merch for the most distant relative.
Okay.
So you have to go and tell us how far away. No, I'm just kidding. We're not really doing that. Aren't we all distant relatives? I mean, in a way. But anyway, Lion merch, and then don't forget Patron. In today's bonus show, I'm going to reveal to Alyssa that I'm pretty sure her birthday present got lost in the mail because it is still not arrived.
No, it has not gotten lost in the mail. I don't like the way that I packaged it, so I need to buy new packaging. So it's just not. It's not in the mail yet. Yeah, I know. I need to go to Paper Source.
I'm dating someone with ADHD. The number.
I know. I would need to go to Paper Source and get like a nice. Anyway, I don't like sending stuff just like in a box. It needs to be nice.
Yeah. Lion merch.
So anyway, lionmerch.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Hey, friend, and welcome back. We're here to talk about not vaginas. That'll apparently get you banned on YouTube. Don't you bring that diagram?
I'm so annoyed with that whole situation. Yeah, we should, because
asking Alyssa right now, y'all.
They're nerfing the fuck out of me.
Do you have the drawing like in print form somewhere? Or I guess with your phone? We'll show you the drawing on the bonus show.
Yeah.
That she's like trying to fight YouTube to put it back. It's a whole story. It's drama. It's actually why the show didn't get recorded Monday, because it was more important to me that she see to that. But then YouTube has slowed down the whole process too. So you'll want it. That'll be the bonus show. Okay. A couple of things. First of all, Donald Trump saying everybody liked the war. Country after country, Poland, France, essentially the EU in general, NATO, have all been like, no, we don't support it and we are not going to help. France going so far as to say, we're not even going to help you try and unblock the Strait of Hormuz. We're not doing shit. You shouldn't have done this. Fuck you, there are consequences. So I just, you know what, a lot of people, they're calling, they're saying they support it. He's lost all of NATO. He's lost his guy, Joe Kent, don't forget, the National Counterterrorism Center, for reasons that the words are correct, but the motivations might not be so tight. Okay, guys? Okay. He has also claimed, did you hear about this? Did you hear that Donald Trump claimed to have spoken to a former president this week about it, and that former president expressed his support for what he was doing in Iran?
What?
And so people have followed up with all 4 living former presidents: Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Obama, Joe Biden. Can you guess which one said they had the phone call with him?
Obama.
None of them. They all said that didn't happen. So here's the theory. Do you know who my theory is?
Tell me.
Who is the president after Obama, but before Biden?
After Obama, but before...
Yeah.
After Obama, before Biden. Was it Trump? Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I think that's the former president he called.
I was like, I feel like this is a trick. Oh my God. He just picked up the phone and looked at himself in the mirror.
Hello, 45. You know, a lot of people only get 1 digit. They're only the 44th president. But
So
45.
crazy.
Hello, 45. Your penis is perfect. It's less than average. You know, a lot of people like less than average. Anyway, was calling to say, what do you think? Wow, Donald, great to hear from you. Wow. Wait, actually, it'd be more like, hang on, I gotta get the frying. This is current Donald, you know, we're trying to da-da-da-da-da. And this up here is more 2016 Donald. He hadn't fried quite as far, but now he's a little bit more down here in the fry. He seems like he has to talk more in a whisper. Not like 2016. 2016, he had a little more energy, a little more shape to his vocal cords still. It's a subtle difference, but it does exist. It does exist. The voices change, even cartoon characters. You know?
Yeah.
Stewie
right.
Gurney started as like a, damn you, vile woman. Oh, yes, I'm going to. And now he's a little bit more up here, and he's like, Brian, would you like to go play outside with me?
He embraced his feminine side over time. That's okay.
Stewie did get gayer with time, like legitimately gayer. Like actually, I think it's pretty much confirmed now as gay with his teddy bear. So that's another thing. But anyway, nobody likes it. The only people who like it is Israel, and Donald Trump is an embarrassment. And now today was, being Tuesday, ranting about how we don't even need import. We don't need help from NATO. We've had such military success. We don't need it. We never needed it. And we're getting great deals because we did it. We don't need anybody's help, but they're giving us great deals. Literally, we're just spending America's money on not healthcare, on not any kind of relief for American citizens. By the way, those poverty numbers, those seem crazy high because of how few veterans there are. And did you know that the poverty rate with veterans is actually less than regular Americans? So that's even like, you technically are less likely to be in poverty, and yet there's still a massive amount of poverty amongst veterans, let alone non-veterans, who I don't know if you guys know, we should also support with our taxes. Like, it's
imagine that.
Crazy. It's fucking crazy. So that's basically Trump and NATO and losing everybody and sucking.
For the people who are MAGA, I always feel like don't they feel the
No.
ongoing, they feel nothing. Don't they feel the
No.
ongoing resistance of everything that Trump is putting into place? Like, can't they see that there is every decision that he makes is stupider than the one before?
But they're not even seeing that they don't support it or said they didn't support it. They said they don't support new wars. They voted for him because they wanted no new wars. They wanted no Americans killed by these wars that are for billionaires and are for Israel. And here we are. And they're like, did I say that 1,000 times? Oh, did I? I shared that one meme that was like the woman and her son, and the son's like, but I don't want to go to war with Iran. And the woman goes, too bad, I want a woman president, because they literally used to say a vote for Kamala Harris is a vote for war with Iran. Mm-hmm. Well, look where the fuck we are, guys. Look where the fuck we are. Nobody wants this. And he's not delivering on anything. He's not delivering on affordability. He's not delivering on fucking shit. Anyway, within his orbit, well, actually continuing with Trump's embarrassing stuff on Monday, Donald Trump was trying to talk shit about Gavin Newsom. He says he has learning disabilities. And then someone on the woke side got to him. He's like, careful, our people have a lot of learning disabilities. So he went, and I'm great with people with learning disabilities. I'm fine, but not for president. They shouldn't be president. First of all, Donald, I have terrible news for you. Somebody with a learning disability is currently president.
Right. Terrible news for you.
People to take your SATs. I'm not saying I know which one it is, but you got something, bud.
You got something, bud.
I have a disorder that one could associate with learning. It makes learning a lot harder when you're autistic. So this is not me trying to talk down to people with learning disabilities. It is very hard to learn, especially in the standard care system, when you don't have when you have autism. But Donald Trump, not even joking, he said, I think a president should not have learning disabilities. Okay. Then says, the president of the United States, Gavin Newsom, admitted that he has learning disabilities, dyslexia, everything about him is dumb. Did you catch that? He literally called Gavin the president of the United States. He referred to him as the president of the United States, Gavin Newsom, admitted that he has learning disabilities, dyslexia.
The cognitive decline.
Which, by the way, cognitive decline.
Right. Right. Of course. The cognitive decline that we are seeing in real time is just, it's just shocking. And I think it supports at least what we're hoping for, when it happens, to be kind of sooner than we thought.
Yep. Now, Pam Bondi, after James Comer tried to protect him for so long, has finally been subpoenaed by specifically the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee. So it is assumed she will have to go testify. Here's the fucking thing. She's been subpoenaed. Mm-hmm. If you don't abide a subpoena, a congressional subpoena, do you know what usually happens? If you just say, oh, no, I'm not showing up.
No. Do you get arrested?
It's referred to the Justice Department, and then the Justice Department decides whether or not they want to press charges. So in other words, we're in a situation right now where Pam Bondi has been subpoenaed to come testify, and if she doesn't, Pam Bondi will get to decide whether or not to press charges against Pam Bondi for not appearing.
What are we talking about? Right. What are we fucking talking? Like, literally, what are we talking about?
Right. So,
oh my God.
Where we are, guys. And by the way, one of the biggest pushers of this, it's so fucking funny and weird because she's so evil and terrible otherwise. But probably the loudest voice has been Nancy Mace, who is a monster. Mm-hmm. She's like a fucking horrible, horrible human being. But like, and when you are this lined up with Donald Trump, to still be pushing this hard is fucking crazy. Like, again, the calls are coming from in the House. They know they suck. They know. I think they know he raped kids. I honestly, at this point, I don't even think it's like a maybe he did or didn't. It's you don't cover this hard. You don't cover this hard. And especially now we have new investigations that have revealed documents we know exist about accusations from people whose other accounts were verified, who said that they were also trafficked to Trump. And we've, like I said, not from people who like, we have no other proof of or whatever. They verified that these people have been were trafficked to other people. And it's people who are saying, and one of the people was also, and also like details about it, where it was like, yeah, this year at this time and this, they were able to prove that Epstein was in that area at the time. It's very plausible Trump was in that area at that time. Like these side details that would need to be consistent. Because obviously if Donald Trump is in Paris when she says he was with her at the island in, 2004, then that wouldn't work. But that's not, it's looking more and more like these things actually do line up. And we're talking about specifically the girl who says he beat her up. The reason why she remembers him is because he beat her because she bit his penis at 13 years old. And so that was because he was a dick. So she bit his dick. He was an asshole. So I don't like the weird alliteration there. He was an asshole. So she bit his dick and he apparently beat her for it. This is the allegations. And again, details surrounding that have been confirmed. What else? They are clearly hiding shit. We already know shit they're hiding. We know shit that they've taken back and redacted after they accidentally released. His names are all over those fucking files. We need them all. We need them all. Yes.
Yes.
Oh boy. Maybe we'll talk about it on Friday, but Arizona's going after the betting site Kalshi. I really am not looking forward to the way everything's going to get all fucked up. But our last story, I'll just read it to you from CT News. CTV News. Florida is one of 18 states where marrying your first cousin is legal, a fact that surprises many residents and has sparked questions about why the practice remains permissible. West Virginia, which is often joked about for cousin marriage, banned the practice in 1955. Florida has yet to follow suit. And Florida lawmakers had passed House Bill 733. Cousin marriages would have been banned. But guess what happened?
What?
The bill then didn't pass. Doug Schmidt from Cape Coral commented, pretty unusual they would have that still in the state. It should have been banned many years ago. Historically, I assume what it's saying is it passed in the House. The Florida lawmakers had passed the bill in the House, and then it didn't pass the state Senate. Historically, notable figures such as Albert Einstein, FDR, married their first, I don't know if it was first cousins, but they're cousins. Why aren't we bringing up the president's lawyer? Rudy Giuliani married his cousin and they found out after they got married.
That's kind of so crazy.
Alyssa, this is the thing though. Like this is something I want to talk to you more at length about. You know how people tend to date people who they kind of look related to? It's apparently a super, like it's completely normal, natural phenomenon. And that I am not this way. And maybe I just want to brag about it. The more you look like I could be related to you, the less interested. I even have problems dating people with the names of my siblings, let alone looking. Yeah. I feel like
that's normal.
No. People very often, like the is this your wife or your sister question gets asked a lot. That kind of shit happens. And I think it's most people tend to date people they look related to, not necessarily like. But I mean, the commentary's always existed too. Like a lot of sons marry people who look like their moms, shit like that. I'm repulsed by this idea. I do not want to date anyone who looks like or reminds me of my family. And we got to talk about it more. You should look into it with your whole. I mean, it seems very relevant to your career. Why are so many people sexually attracted to people who look related to them? Weird.
It kind of feels like a rock that I don't want to turn over. It's like I don't want to.
I need to be like it could come up in your job. You've turned over worse rocks. You and I talked about it.
I know.
Those are some rocks that you turned over for sure. And then they put those rocks in places that you shouldn't be putting rocks there. That's not where rocks go.
That's not where rocks go.
Anyway, so in Florida, if you want to marry your first cousin, don't you worry. How would the bill not pass? I just don't get it. Like, why wouldn't you pass it? Don't marry your first cousins, guys. I think they say second cousins once removed is the minimum to remove like the possibilities of complications, genetic complications. I think complications are the number one.
Are there parts of Florida that are like so rural that it's possible that their first cousins are like kind of not like that's it, but like that it's like there's not that much else?
I don't know. Between this and like child marriage bills not succeeding in so many parts of the country, I'm just like, guys, how come we never just sit and go, are we the bad guys?
Right.
I think we might be the bad guys.
I think so.
Go to Patreon.com / if you want to see the bonus show. She's going to hold up an image of a vagina. Well, the internal is going to be not a sexual image, a diagram that has gotten her in trouble with the old YouTube. That's what we're going to do over there at Patreon.com / in the bonus show. Don't marry your cousin. Nothing can go right.
It's hard to hear you.
Is the music too loud? I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe it's just too loud.
Hello?
Is it me
you're trying to hear? Patreon.com / call the line. Sorry. That's the show.
Sorry.